Hi, my name is Neveah Johnson. I am a junior here at Princeton High School, and I'm here to talk to you about the importance of diversity. The problem I'm trying to address is the lack of common knowledge of diversity of other religions, cultures, ethnicities, etc. Although America is supposed to be the most diverse place in the world, I don't think we have achieved true diversity. Next slide. But what is diversity? Diversity is the difference among individuals based on ethnicity, race, status, gender, socioeconomic status, language, religion, sexual orientation, and geographical area. That is the Oxford definition, but it can also be meaning diverse experience of experiences, viewpoints, backgrounds, and life experiences. From personal experience, my values are different. Because I grew up in a family of 7, including myself, and my mom wasn't around much, I was usually left taking care of many kids screaming and stuff, so I value my alone time. To be able to be quiet and be my own best friend and just be by myself. And I value that more than people my age actually would. Also because of personal health issues, whether it be physical or mental or like the family members around me, I do value my health more important than most people would. Such as I work out almost every other day or every day if I can, keeping my body in constant movement. And also I have been seeing a therapist for the last 2 to 3 years, working on learning how to be more social and also learn how to celebrate myself, which leads me to my next point. Because of my experience, I celebrate differently. Like holidays, I do not see them as important as usually people do. My concept of family is not the same as everyone else's, so holidays are not seen as a joyous day for me, while for other people, it's seen as one of the most important days of their life. Or my birthday, sometimes even I forget it sometimes, so that because of my experiences, I react differently to different things, and I perceive things differently. Whoa. Why is this a problem that needs to be addressed? With lack of diversity comes lack of self-confidence, demeaning stereotypes, cultural shock, and lack of connection between a wide range of different people. Even among my own race, I can't speak for other people, but I can speak for my own, we divide ourselves. We can tell the difference between an African American and an African. Even though we can both racial-wise be considered black, we can see the difference. We can tell the difference between an African male that's born in the suburbs and an African male born in the ghettos. We can tell the difference and we separate ourselves. And one good example for that is lunchrooms. It's not a time I've walked into a lunchroom and seen kids of all different races and ethnicity and religions sitting together. Like you'll see a group of Hispanics here, Caucasians in the back in their little group, and athletes, usually black males, in one group, and you will rarely see them intermingle. Next slide. When there's a lack of diversity, people lack self-confidence because they're not in an environment where they're taught or given the space to truly be themselves and grow. We experience insecurities because we're not secure in our differences. Because of the fixation that is nurtured by the social expectations, we tend to compare and compete. Like in women, we compare bodies to these models that are just unrealistic in Photoshop, but it's seen as natural beauty. So we tend to doubt ourselves and see ourselves differently instead of just accepting who we are. And males are supposed to be the dominant type, and they're always trying to compete with other males trying to be the top dog or whatever. We end up doubting ourselves and using defense mechanisms such as projection, which is putting your insecurities on somebody else and attributing what you feel about yourself into other people, causing bullying, leading to stereotypes and stuff like that, causing problems within our education system and workplaces just because we're not secure in our differences, and instead of celebrating them. Next slide. It can also make it hard for us to connect with other people that are different from you on a deeper level because we don't have that type of awareness to connect that way, in a way that's deep and genuine. Yes, I understand that diversity is not the only factor in that. Some people do not want to understand. There's people out there that just simply do not want to make the world a better place. But there's also some people that just don't know how to stand, whether it's their perceptual set or like what they're grown from, because after a certain amount of time, you already have a foundation that cannot be changed, but we do have a duty where we can work around it instead of just leaving it how it is. Next slide. Once in the real world after so long, without diversity surrounding them and not being talked about, when they are in the outside in the real world, they experience cultural shock. And when the difference among people are not something they're exposed to while growing up, it can cause problems in our communities, and it does cause problems in our communities. It causes stereotypes because truly people do not know about different cultures and ethnicities, et cetera, to think differently from the way they were brought up and what they have learned. And because of this, we can't really see a different way. And it's a word in psychology called availability heuristics. It's a type of cognitive bias that we use to make quick decisions about something or someone, and it's usually wrong. Our brains are lazy. We look for the best or like fastest solution to a problem instead of actually working it out and knowing the facts. Just because our brains are lazy doesn't mean we have to be. We can do simple things like ask questions. People can tell when you actually have genuine questions about the culture or what they're doing. Ask questions and don't be afraid. Also, socialize with people that you normally wouldn't. Step outside your box and be different. Also, visit local bakeries and shop. Like I know this one by the UPS store. It's an Arabic dessert shop, I'm not sure where, but just introducing yourself to that different culture is one step ahead to a more diverse world. Next slide. That lack of knowledge on diversity is, in a way, handicaps people from reacting in an orderly manner because they simply do not know how to. This reminds me of a quote of, we don't know what we don't know. But that doesn't mean we have to stay that way. We can keep an open mind. We don't have to understand, but we can respect it. And even if you can't find yourself to respect the decisions, you can also just let it go. Ask yourself, is this really affecting my life? Will this be important to me in 5 minutes? And more than likely it's not, because that's someone else's life. Your life is your own, and only your actions affect you. And you can just go about your day. And also, you can learn more than what you're taught. And the education systems are from your parents. Because no businessman is going to teach you how to get in more power than him. You have to take initiative for yourself and teach yourself more things than what you're taught. Start within yourself and within your home and be an advocate for change. Next slide. Our differences shouldn't be what divides us. It should be what we embrace and what we learn from it. Not for the sake of just understanding someone better, but understanding our world and the people on it, and especially ourselves. Connecting and understanding with one another brings on a brighter and stronger world for us and younger generations. I started by educating myself, staying curious, and always asking questions, and doing this TED Talk today and other various things. And I want to ask you, what can you do today to put us in the path of a more brighter future in a diverse world? Thank you.